Hey guys, it's Derby Day. It's Everton vs Liverpool, 1st December. I'm on my own. I suppose I better hit that intro myself. Indeed, this is Radio Tekkers. I am the magnificent Matt With. I am flying solo today, so I'm hoping that you guys in the chat will keep my levels up. I've been awake now for a long time today, but nothing better than the Merseyside derby, Everton versus Liverpool. We also have many other games going on at the same time today, so beauty of midweek games. I will be keeping you abreast of the action at the bottom as best I can, of course. So before we do that, we'll go through the Everton Liverpool teams because that's the game we're focusing on here. I should bring it up there. By all means, have a browse that while I quickly check in with you guys in the chat. Here comes from Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop. Here we go, Tekkers. Here we go. Hashtag no walk alone. Indeed. Graham, being a Liverpool fan, much like myself, I will be as unbiased as possible in this game. I promise that will do your best. But okay, just so you know, in the Watford-Chelsea match currently, play is currently suspended due to an ill fan in the stands. I'll keep you abreast of that as we get more information. Right, okay, so Everton's like with Pickford in goal, Seamus Coleman, Godfrey, Michael Keane, and Digne at the back, Townsend, Decore, Allen, Gray in midfield, and Richarlison and Rondon up top. Liverpool respond with arguably the strongest team. Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, Joel Matip, and Virgil van Dijk coming back to the ground. He got his bad injury last season, of course. Thiago Alcantara in his great reign of form at the moment. Fabinho and Henderson captain the side. And up top is Salah, Jota, and Mane. I'm going to quickly throw up what is going on around the grounds at the bottom of the screen so you guys can keep abreast of everything that's going while I'm doing this here. And check out what you guys think in the comments. Graham is currently watching along with West Ham versus Brighton. Indeed, West Ham United currently 1-0 up, which is always a good thing. Dan Griffin saying, evening folks, I'm here for a wee bit before the derby. Indeed, you're welcome as always, Mr. Griffin. He's currently also got Southampton versus Leicester on. That's a cracking game. 1-1 currently that is, of course. Graham has switched games. He was in the Chelsea game, and boy, did they look shaky. I've got to admit, they didn't look entirely comfortable, which is what I expected from anyone but Chelsea. I'll be brutally honest. I was expecting it to be a lot more comfortable from Chelsea's side of things. Dan Griffin saying, I would like to have seen Canati start again, but he got a full 90 weekend, so I can't be too picky. Indeed, got to rotate that squad, especially with so many games over the Christmas period. Sai from SJP Words, I've also on everything, my brother from another mother. Hello all. You are very welcome, sir. Hope everyone in the family gets well soon. Miss Rona paid you a visit for an account. So fingers crossed for you guys. Dan Griffin is popping out to buy Terry's chocolate orange mayo. That stuff looks absolutely vile. Absolutely vile. Right, okay, so you guys are going to keep my devils up as best you can. best you can. Dan Griffin is saying, Graham, I'm sorry, what? Apparently, I make you 200 yards. Thank goodness for that. There has been a goal at down at St Mary's. It is now Southampton 2, Leicester 1. So that's a massive goal for Southampton. Massive goal. We've got some chat between Sai and Dan down there in the chat. It's always good to have you guys saying hi to and being great with each other. The ball is being put in by a corner along the ground, and it's just is it a long range shot? It's recycled. Is it onside? Yes, he's onside for delivery. And it's a diving header back in the net. Schmeichel nowhere near it. 2-1 to Southampton. I'm going to update that banner straight away, it seems like that. Okay, don't forget, if you are new to Radio Tech, we do here provide live alternative commentary. Normally I'm joined by my good friends Tanner or Mags, but everyone was sort of unavailable tonight, unfortunately. purely down to the scheduling of the fixtures, so that you can blame Amazon Prime in the UK for that, I imagine. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Radio Tekkers, at Radio Tekkers on Twitter, at TechGentleman_for at PodForMags for Mags, and of course, just down there, at Matt UK for me. It's all good in the hood, as it were. Right, that is now updated. I'm trying to keep abreast of it, as I say. Into the comments we go again. Lovely cross from Redmond. Dan Griffith watching that. Absolutely, it was sublime. Sorry, loving the Christmas hat. Well, it is the Christmas season, sir. Have you got a Christmas themed F1 shirt on? Because as I am, Graham is cursing. 5 out of 6 games on Peacock. This is the only one that is not. Indeed, unfortunately, for some reason, Peacock. I'm not showing the game, but again, it's the biggest game of the evening, in fairness. Dan Griffin is saying, Santa never looked so good. Well, thank you, sir. I take that as a compliment. I'm as fat as Santa, but I'll take that as a compliment nonetheless. Is it a bit feisty in the Southampton-Leicester game, from the looks of things? Speaking a little bit brutal there. It's all. I have heard no word yet about what's happening with Watford and Chelsea. So if anyone is hearing anything, do feel free to throw it up into the chat, and I will see what happens here. So yeah, it's time prediction time, and guys, we are about 10 minutes away from kickoff. I'm predicting a 3-1 victory for Liverpool in this game. Everton have on a woeful run. The last, I believe, 8 games, they've taken 2 points, which is obviously not a good run. Whereas Liverpool, with the exception of the dropping of the loss against West Ham United, haven't lost a game this season. They've scored 2 goals in every single game this season. 17 games in a row with 2 games or 2 goals or more. That is a phenomenal run. It goes back to, well, nearly 100 years that has gone now. Dan, is that, you know what I meant? I do know what you meant, Dan. I'm just ribbing you. 5-0 Liverpool, Dan says. That's a very bold move. Everton unbeaten in the last 3 Merseyside derbies here. And of course, bad cop moment with a K from Graham saying, Mo Salah finishing 7th in the Ballon d'Or. Hope he takes that BS out on Everton. Well, one can hope on that side of things. I don't understand how Lewandowski didn't get it. They seem to change the rules on the fly just so Ronaldo or Messi get it. So yeah, that brings you up to date. But it looks like Watford are and Chelsea are coming back out to warm back up again after what's been happening in the stand. Hopefully that fan is better. Oh, wait, I've had a little bit, sorry. But yeah, Brighton had a player go off injured as well, unfortunately. I didn't see who it was off the top of my head. But yeah, West Ham bossed in the game against Brighton in terms of shots, but Brighton with substantially more possession. Into the chat with Dan Griffin. Salah had a good season last season, but only been the last 3 months he's really been up to Ballon d'Or standards. This is the thing, you see, it's the last calendar year, and they didn't change the rules on the fly. It was cancelled last year. Lewandowski clearly was the best player for 2020 and 2021. I'm not entirely sure how he doesn't get a look in. Indeed, Graham agreeing with me. Lewandowski was better than Messi. Even Messi said that Lewandowski was better than him. I'm not entirely sure who did the voting for this there. Maybe some kind of set Blatter involvement, I'm not sure. Okay, so guys, as it is the 1st of December, of course, I want to hear your best Christmas cracker jokes, football related or otherwise. Drop them in the chat, and if they're bad enough, I'll read them out. How about that? I want the worst Christmas cracker jokes you can give me. That's what I want from you guys there. Lewandowski was robbed, said Dan Griffin. He was. I'm not entirely sure what was happening on that one. Over at London Stadium, it looks like the goalkeeper for Brighton keeping his hand warm. So look what's in here. Got a free kick for a corner for Brighton. Header in, and it just goes wide of a far post from Lewis Dunk. Over at Anfield, they're about to come out. Oh, here we go. We've got our first Christmas cracker joke here from Dan Griffin. How do you know another been in the fridge? There's footprints in the butter. It is terrible, absolutely. I'm being called out here. Sorry, he's doing your bit from Chain Wrestling a mere 9 days ago, and you're even in the room. What a cheat! I was asking for Christmas cracker jokes. I wasn't asking for your favorite jokes. I was asking for Christmas cracker jokes. And Si seems to be in a full approval of it, of course. It's it's all good. It's all good. Anything Christmas related, of course, this time of year is what we want to see. Z-Cars is blaring out at Goodison Park as, for the first time since the pandemic, Liverpool are about to come out of a tunnel at Everton. They've been coming out from in a portable in the car park the last couple of visits here. Exercising is all good, absolutely, mate. Thank you very much. It's all good, absolutely. Of course, tomorrow night, of course, Arsenal vs Man United are playing, of course, and Man United, of course, will be managed again by Michael Carrick because Double R hasn't got a work permit yet, but he hasn't even met or spoken to Michael Carrick yet. Conte at least actually had. Even if he had no work permit, he was still at the ground watching training, see what was happening. He was still involved. I'm not entirely sure that he's that invested in Man United, but let me know what you think about that. Okay, let's have a look. Knock knock. Who's there? Ray who? Radio Tekkers. Boom boom. That was very very good. That was very very bad as well. Great at the same time. Sorry, Zlatan still did a business at 87 years of age. Genoan Hill, Milan one class free kick. Absolutely, it popped up on 10 minutes in. Absolutely. Dan Griffin in the chat. What happened to the thief who stole an advent calendar? He got 25 days. See, technically speaking, no, because a proper advent calendar only has 24 days. I'm going to mark you down for that one, sir. Got a McGee in the chat. Hello, Matt. Welcome, sir. Welcome, of course, to the solo stream for Everton vs Liverpool. I will be keeping up to date with all the other games around their grounds. They're going along at the bottom of your screen right now. So yes, obviously, as mentioned, I'm flying solo tonight, and anyone who joined the chat late, feel free to throw me your worst Christmas cracker, Christmas themed if possible, because it is that time of year, of course. Right, okay, let's have a look in the chat now. Who's hanging out down there? We've got Si, we've got Dan, we've got Conno down there. Graham's knocking around. This is great to have you guys along with us here for our first midweek coverage for several weeks here on Radio Tekkers. It's a first choice lineup for Liverpool. I said earlier, Tyler Morton on the bench again tonight after his impressive showing against Porto. See if we get some game time today. That'd be quite interesting, of course. We've got a good one here from Graham actually. What's the difference between snowmen and snow women? Snowballs. Very, very good, sir. Very, very good. Right. Okay. Pop that away again. Right. So I'm going to keep an eye on things, as I said, around the game. Apparently, Watford Chelsea is still not underway. They've been warming back up again. Wolves Burnley is quite interesting so far. Maxwell Cornet keeps threatening to power through and get himself a goal here. I'm going to keep my eye on that because obviously our roving reporter Chris Harris, of course, is watching this game tonight, and hopefully we'll have some analysis for this on the volley next Monday. Of course, we've got a bumper volley next week. We've got 20 games to talk about, so that'll be very fun. And of course, this coming Saturday, of course, we'll be covering West Ham vs Chelsea. Early kickoff, 12:30 in the UK, and 6:30 in East is Central, and 7:30 Eastern. Do feel free to come along and join us for that. Oh, and Burnley again going forward and threatening the goal. This is exactly what Burnley need. They need to get some more points on the board, and getting some points off of Wolves would really help on this side of things for sure. Keeping half on EFL trophy as well, because Colchester are in that, of course, so got to keep half an eye on that. Being Colchester boy, born and bred, kind of good. Liverpool, of course, now will be paying homage to the Liverpool player who passed away this past week, Mr. Kennedy. Of course, we are doing a minute's applause rather than a minute's silence, so it is very much appreciated, of course, by the entire of the Everton faithful about the applause. And I find it better to do applause. Do you think an applause or a minute's silence works better, guys, in the chat? I personally believe that the the applause works better. Of course, as we are preparing here at Goodison Park to take the knee, we remind you, of course, that there is no room for racism in any walk of life, including football or any form of discrimination of any kind. This is a big game today. You, looking forward to seeing what comes out of this as they're about to take kick off here. The scores are correct at the bottom of the screen. We are underway though now at Goodison Park. Liverpool kicking off from left to right, and I'll keep you abreast of the action over at Villa Park, of course, with a depleted Man City taking on Aston Villa. We'll be keeping an eye on that as it all happens, of course. Into the chat we go again. With Sai saying 1 year anniversary birthday special of Chain Wrestling this coming Monday. 12 whole months of Mags and I talking nonsense. Hopefully everyone will join us live for our Radio Tekkers. Absolutely, we hope that happens. An early corner here, Seamus Coleman conceding an early corner in the left back position. Pickford smiling, but I'm not entirely sure what he's smiling about. Conrad Connor in the chat say, correct me if I'm wrong, but Liverpool were founded due to a stadium dispute because it was Everton originally was going to. Everton were at Anfield, and they actually ended up being evicted by the council, and they had to put a team in the stadium. So they grew. They did put the stadium with Liverpool in there, of course. Massive missing from the corner from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Graham saying they grew up so quickly regarding Chelsea, of course. It's fantastic you guys have a great thing going on Monday nights just before the volley. Pleasure to call you a colleague and a teammate. Massive with a clear header there as well, completely open header. Just goes wide off the far post, not even challenged on that side of things. We are, of course, underway in all the games. Still no word if things are underway at Watford versus Chelsea. I will keep you abreast of that if things do change. If you're new, of course, to the stream, of course, we are looking for your terrible Christmas cracker jokes, so do feel free to send them my way if you have any. Head us across here. As Robertson, who defending deeply at the moment, Everton, and they usher out, and it's back to Seamus Coleman. Oh, it's played short. And Salah misses from 2 yards out. Salah puts it over the bar from 2 yards out. I'm not entirely sure how he did that. Andrew Townsend give the ball away, and it's put over from 2 yards out by Salah. Not entirely sure how that's happened. Into the chat we go. Graham saying, I saw one online I couldn't possibly post on here. Indeed, we're trying to keep fairly clean, but if it's not, then it's not. Watford and Chelsea is now back underway again. Back underway. They are about half an hour behind though. So they are. So I'll keep that'll be interesting to see how they do. Watford have a free kick though. I'm going to keep a half an eye on that. Jordan Pickford clears to halfway with the goal kick. This could be quite a messy, no pun intended, performance here today. If everyone get a scrappy goal early on, sort of thing, Liverpool will be up against it because Liverpool haven't done well when they've been chasing the game at times this year. They've looked nervous. They've looked tired at times. They've got the job done most of the time, but they've looked tired. Graham is saying, perhaps I could trick you like I did with Si. Maybe you could, sir. Maybe you could. Conor McCabe saying, I just got home from hospital. My sister and the husband just welcomed their first child. Congratulations, Connor. That makes you an uncle, of course. Fantastic. Wonderful news. Wonderful news. Graham is watching Stevie G versus Man City now. That's, of course, is Aston Villa versus Man City. That goal is technically still goalless, of course, but Graham might get to before I do, you never know. And aside echoing all the words here, of course, congratulations, Connor, to that, of course. And Graham following up on that, congratulations, Uncle Connor. Fantastic. Is there going to be a K in the uncle, or is it? Give me a C. And let the tumbleweed go past. And we're going to move on. So, yeah, 5 minutes gone already at Goodison Park. It's Everton 0, Liverpool 0. As on the bottom of the screen, still, of course, Southampton 2, Leicester 1, Watford 0, Chelsea 0. They are half an hour behind, of course. Watford 1, West Ham 1, Brighton Hove Albion 0, Wolves 0, Burnley 0. That is half time, of course. Aston Villa 0, Man City 0. Southampton game and West Ham and Wolves games are all at half time now, of course. Alexander-Arnold to Henderson. Looking for Jota to put behind, but for a corner. Didn't know you were diving here to put behind for a corner, I might point out as well. That was interesting, of course. Alexander-Arnold coming to take the corner. Keeping half an eye of Man City just popped up on my highlights package right now. Van Dijk is forward. Dine's limping a little, but not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Alexander-Arnold will put this corner in. It's done the same thing over at Villa Park. Oof, unfortunately, the ball did not recycle properly and it goes out for an Everton throw. Checking into things at Villa, it looks like Man City got Villa pinned way well back, unfortunately, for Aston Villa's side of things. Will Steven Gerrard be able to continue his run of 100% record? It's still a bit of a tall ask, you ask me. If you are watching along with us on Twitch or on YouTube, welcome, of course, Radio Tekkers. We are doing live alternative commentary to the Everton Liverpool Merseyside derby. Do feel free to smash the like button and ring the bell for notifications when we go live on YouTube or Twitch. We are just 7 minutes gone so far in the Everton Liverpool game. We have Connor and Jay saying I'm flipping back and forth between Villa and Liverpool. If Villa Man City score changes, I'll let you know. Appreciate it, buddy. I've got half an eye, but appreciate it anyway. Pickford is on the ground, having just collected the ball from Salah's attempt on goal. Mane just having to have that link up, but we were always seem to save it on the back spin and then catch it on the second attempt. Very bit haphazard there. Because, Pickford's already dropped the ball once. Graham's got another Christmas cracker for us here. While the snowman smiling, he can see the snow blower coming up the street. Oh dear Lord. You weren't wrong about it being bad, Graham, there were you? You weren't wrong about that at all. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure I like the Everton goalkeeper jersey. It's pretty strange. Like it's like yellow and black, or certainly navy blue, diagonal slashes. I'm not entirely sure I like it, but then again, I don't have to look at it. Liverpool got a much simpler, plain yellow. Graham confirming that's not the bad one. That makes me slightly terrified. Henderson and Alexander-Arnold trying to combine down the right and pinning Everton back with a guy press quickly, but Everton now breaking out. But Liverpool cutting out on the halfway line. And tripping forward with Mane, who received the ball in his head. The defense looking for offside, not given. Henderson! 1-0 Liverpool. 9 minutes played. It is Everton 0, Liverpool 1. If you're after score update, it's still 1-0 Milan, if that helps. Indeed. Yes. In the States, we can watch any game we want, but in UK, you said you have a lot of time blackout. Does that mean certain games can't be seen in certain areas? Indeed. In the United Kingdom, no 3 p.m. game can be televised on a Saturday. Other times, absolutely fine. Evening games, usually all on TV. It's a beautiful layoff for Jordan Henderson, and he just coolly with his left foot curls it past the diving Jordan Pickford into the back of the net. Everton 0, Liverpool 1. Okay, Chris, our roving reporter at halftime, put on your telly, say hi to Will. Hi, Will. Happy to see you, buddy. Okay. Oh shit, just on the right time. Indeed, Everton 0, Liverpool 1. Welcome, of course. Burnley looking good, by the way, from what I've been seeing so far. Maxwell Corning's threatening to do some serious damage to the to the Wolves goal, of course. Do feel free while you are at half time, of course, Chris, to throw us a Christmas cracker joke. We are looking for the worst ones possible right now. From Sky says, as it says there, from 2:45 till 5:15 on Saturday, Connor, no live football is allowed. It's done to help support licenses at games. Indeed. But to update the live feed, because obviously the scores have changed at one moment. People, just quickly. Well, I've got to do my own editing today. I haven't got Mags or Tanner to help me out. There we go. That's all much better. So yeah, so 10 minutes gone, and it was quite easy for Liverpool to carve through the defence on a couple of occasions now. I'm aware it sounds like I'm being biased, but I'm really trying not to be. Although Richarlison is upended by Henderson, and it is a free kick to Everton. I'm not sure if he got a yellow card out of it or not. I'll have to double check that. Sorry, a GP word saying there are over 100 professional clubs in England. Lots of clubs looking to get people and money through the gates. Indeed. Why would you, if you're a sort of like Liverpool with me, and you can watch Liverpool at home, why would you go to watch a local club like Colchester or Cambridge or anyone like that for that matter, or a small club like Everton? Rafa's words, not mine. We are just gone past the 10-minute mark, and it is still Everton 0, Liverpool 1. Watford Chelsea, as I said, is half an hour behind and are playing catch due to a fan being taken ill in the stadium. The Etihad wishes it could get people to see live football grounds. A little bit on the harsh side. They have had some good crowds this season. What kind of motorbike does Santa ride? Chris asks. A Harley Davidson, indeed. There is a standing ovation happening at the at Woodson Park right now for a 12-year-old girl called Ava White, who passed away this year. My condolences, of course, and everyone from Tekkers, of course, to Ava White and their family, of course. Play the pace, of course, now, unfortunately. Graham's very excited. He can't even type right. Laughing at that one. That's probably the best we've had so far, Chris, actually. Thank you for that. Okay, it is just to catch up date, so it is 2-0 to AC Milan now, even though we're not watching that game technically. So Everton attacking put the ball in, and Demarai put the ball in, and it goes well wide. Rainbow is down on the edge of the box. I think he wants a penalty. Not sure giving it or not. I think Greaves on the bench today as well. I didn't see the Man City lineup, but if he is on the bench, do please fill me in if I've missed that one. Right. I think on your own, you've got to talk all the time. I think you guys talk for me, but I can't. Okay. Philip Man City on the way again. It's still 0-0 there. Still 0-0 Watford v Chelsea. As things stand, Liverpool will be going to the top of the table this evening. Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop saying Villa apparently don't know basic defending tactics. Get rid of a ball, FFS. To be fair, it is still 0-0 in that game program. They'll be quite happy about the result. Villa will be. Liverpool dancing into the penalty area. For Alexander-Arnold! corner given. It's a fantastic strike from Alexander-Arnold and a great save by Jordan Pickford. Out for another corner. The under-part of the Everton ball boy is not exactly in the mood to be giving the ball back to Alexander-Arnold. Corner taken quickly. Everton trying to clear it out. Alexander-Arnold back to Fabinho, who plays it calmly to Robertson. And then back to Fabinho. And it goes all the way back to Alisson in goal. Graham, I think if they try to get fancied, if they try to get fancied down as they were as well, they'll get punished though. Too fancy. I knew what you meant, Graham. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Watford Chelsea is quarter out of half time still, so that's all good. A yellow card being brandished there to, I believe it was to Townsend for simulation. Andy McCoy suggested of a live TV, he's got that spot on. It did look like he went down rather easily. I'll let you guys be judge of that when you see the highlights later. But for me, Andros Townsend being booked there was the right decision. Ball played halfway again. Mane. Committing the foul there. I thought away, but foul given away by Mane. And Everton take it quickly, launching it forward to try and get it past Alexander-Arnold, who chests it down to Fabinho, who very calmly plays it back to Alexander-Arnold on the right side. Salah to Henderson, back to Salah again. And then Godfrey clears it up. And we have a goal over at Vicarage Road. It is now Watford 0, Chelsea 1. Mason Mount has just put Chelsea in front. You could tell it was coming, unfortunately. You could sense it was coming. Mason Mount restored to starting lineup today and definitely making the most of his opportunity to stake his, obviously, it's time to start staking claim, but for the World Cup this time next year, of course. This time next year, we'll be doing commentary on the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, which is going to be interesting for sure. We are at Everton break through the back line. I'm going to put it behind for a corner. Tracking Gray in. Really, really good defending there from Alexander-Arnold. And he was late to it as well. But he made sure he got in front. The ball in was actually really, really good, but Alexander-Arnold was there first. Right. Chris says, right, I'm going to have kicked off in a bit. Will says he rates you. Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. I'm pretty sure anyway. All good. Doing it single-handedly today as well. Single-handedly. The amount of plates was put in today is fantastic. Right. So, half-time in 3 of the games. 3 games are still playing. Watford 0, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1, Everton 0, and Aston Villa 0, Man City 0 are games currently in progress. Southampton 2, Leicester 1 is half-time. West Ham 1, Brighton 0 half-time, and Wolves 0, Burnley 0 also half-time. Trying to keep up with it all, guys. One time I tried gifting, does it? Right. 20 minutes played, and this 20 minutes has been both long and short at the same time, to be brutally honest. Try and keep your breath back as we go through first half. Yeah, of course, as results go currently as things stand, Chelsea will still be top of the league because, of course, Chelsea winning would always make sure they're still top of the league. Henderson cleared the ball out. Jota wins the ball back and gives it to Henderson, who plays it for Salah. And it's 2-0 Liverpool. It was absolute devastation attack. Henderson played the ball early. Salah ran onto it. The defender couldn't keep pace with him, and it was a simple slot past Pickford to the far corner. Everton 0, Liverpool 2, and it's not even 20 minutes played. It's a devastating attack. Just onside, and it's quick. The finish was devastating. Seems like there may be some discussion about if it was offside or not. From what I can tell, offside has not been given. The goal stands. Everton fans are already walking out of the stadium, it looks like. It's like what we saw with Man United game the other week, where fans were starting to stream out. We are only 20 minutes in, unless they're going for a very early pie at half time. Everton fans have had enough on a Wednesday night already and are going home. This is not good if you are an Everton fan. A lot of people say this could be the last shot at saloon for Aberdeen as Salah comes again. And this time wins the corner. We're going to find out the next 25 minutes or so if there is life in Rafa Benitez's Everton reign. As things stand, I've got to say, I would be worrying. I would be worrying. Alexander-Arnold walking to another corner, puts several fingers in the air. Clearly that's for code. Graham got back up the chat saying Villa still pissing around in their own area, but they're playing well. Besides that, look well up for the fixture. This is good. I'm not sure what happened to that corner. The ball comes in, and it's headed by an Everton player just wide of a post. That should have been 3-0. Everton look a shambles at the back. Absolute shambles. I thought Robertson with this corner from the other side. And another corner. Liverpool racking up the corners right now. Having Robertson and Alexander put that service in means that you frees up the midfielders to really make an impact in the box, because you see so many midfielders doing that when I was growing up anyway. Robertson taking his time over this. The ball still hasn't come back to Robertson. So they're literally trying to slow Liverpool down as much as they can from looks of things. We're literally halfway through the first half now at Goodison Park, and it is Everton 0, Liverpool 2. The corner is it goes out won by Matip, and it goes out for a goal kick to Everton. They're back on the way in all fixtures apart from Southampton. Southampton will be kicking off momentarily, I'm sure. I'm not sure what's happened in the West Ham game. It looks like West Ham are celebrating a second goal here. It looks like Mikel Antonio might have just scored. They are complaining about it. It looks like they are checking the VAR on that side of things. I'll keep you abreast of the situation at the London Stadium as Liverpool come for another break here. Robertson, Van Dijk, back to Matip. Henderson. Everything through Henderson at the moment. Thiago had a quiet night so far. Out to Matip. Matip was playing the right centre back. It's been given the Duffy own goal. So far from it being Antonio's goal, it's a Duffy own goal for as far as it's concerned for West Ham. So that works as far as West Ham is concerned. They don't care how they get the goal as long as they get it. Less of a big second half ahead of them for sure. They're about to kick off on their side of things. So Leicester have got a big second half to try and keep Leicester at bay. They are reviewing the goal for possible foul from all accounts at um, London Stadium. I'll let you know how that result turns out. As Salah comes again, ball played a bit too early for Henderson there, unfortunately, and it's cleared by Everton. Robertson will play it back calmly to Alisson. They're taking several looks at this goal on the VAR screen, from what I can tell, over at London Stadium. Mane out to Salah. Alexander-Arnold. Salah again. Mane now. Robinson was on the edge of the box of Everton's own box at this point, and the ball was halfway on Fabinho. Mane. Another ball had been thrown onto the pitch. Thiago actually cleared it with a thunderous shot. I think some from the crowd may just throw it to try and upset the matter. Whoever did that, hope they find them and throw them out the stadium for that. You can't be throwing a second ball onto the pitch during open play. Mane had a good shot. It was well saved by Pickford. Yeah, still, I'm going on about this. I'm going on about the foul, and have a look at a possible offside. And being like, if it's an own goal, can they give it an offside? They're still they're still debating it. I mean, this is a game-changing decision, so I don't mind taking their time about this. Foul given, no goal. So the second goal for West Ham chalked off. Everton put the ball in there, but it was well dealt with by Van Dijk, and it's cleared again. Starting to get a bit niggly here at Goodison Park. Referee got to keep his eyes open. Target gave away the foul there. Townsend's got hold of Thiago's shirt. I think he's literally wrenching Thiago's shirt off him, man. He's given the foul against Thiago. It's a goal at Villa Park, and Ruben Dias has scored for Manchester City. It looks relatively straightforward. It's a long range shot from Dias, not a header like I thought it was going to be. I think Graham is just going to be confirming this now for me. Yes, he's confirming it in the chat for me now. Man City take the lead. Absolutely. Really well taken strike. Keeper could have better, but it was right in the corner. Yes, we have Villa 0 and Man City 1. Looks like a deflection to me. It looks relatively clean to me, but I'm only seeing one angle of it, Graham, so I apologize about that. And so Chuck is with another foul by all accounts. Everton looking for a lot of cheap foul. Is it a foul? Not a lot in it from what I can see, but he does get the foul slightly. Alan and Thiago has a little battle going on right now. Liverpool with that really high line I like to play. Everton with a free kick. Townsend, we're looking to put this one into the mix for sure. and Liverpool clear it with relative ease. I'll be honest. Jota brushes the ball, no foul given. Henderson and Seamus Coleman having a few words. I'm not sure what's happening here, but according to my screens, Southampton Leicester still not underway, which I was a bit surprised about. Gonna see if I can see the reason why that's happened. Oh, the massive goal at Vicarage Road as Watford have equalised. Oof. Emmanuel Dennis with a great goal. And fouled by Allen on Jota at the back of Goodison Park, and it's a yellow card, and it's dangerous position there for sure. Massive goal though over at massive goal over at Vicarage Road for Watford to equalise. Defended in, but a goal's a goal. And you got a few players who are trying to score up to Jota at the moment, and this is Jota's being like taken away from it all by Mane, and referees having words with Allen and Seamus Coleman, basically saying, "Just calm it all down now, people, please. Just calm it all down." And let's hope they do. Yeah, foul was given for an out-control tackle, a bit out of control, but there was no intent. I think the other card may be a bit harsh, looking at a replay of it. But the foul was given, the booking was given, and the ball is quite calmly played back towards Van Dijk and out to Matip. Matip's always playing as a right centre back, with, as I said, with like Fabinho coming in. Leon Bailey's gone off injured. Terrible time of injuries. Ashley Young's come on. He's being booed by the City fans by all accounts. Little surprise on that side of things. So yeah, as things stand, Man City now go to the top of the table with Liverpool going to second, Everton and Watford goal means that Chelsea dropped down to third. It's trading that quickly in the Premier League today. Into the chat we go. According to Graham, Duncan Alexander, 3 minutes ago, Liverpool have scored more Premier League goals this season after the whole of 92-93. Wow. One to the Arsenal quite a lot, in fair. So yeah, by the way, that means that Liverpool now go to 18 games in a row, now scoring 2 goals or more. Liverpool have also scored 4 or more goals in more games this season already than in their title-winning season 2 years ago. That's a stat I wasn't expecting to see when I was looking things up in preparation for this game. If you are just joining us here on Radio Tekkers, welcome, of course. I am providing you with live alternative commentary to Everton vs Liverpool while keeping better all the other games as we're going through them. We have got, obviously, got Southampton versus Leicester. It's now back underway. Southampton leading as it's the bottom. Southampton 2, Leicester 1. Watford have now equalised with Chelsea, 1-1 there. West Ham is 1-0 with Brighton. Wolves is 0-0 with Burnley. Aston Villa 0. Man City have just taken the lead there. And Liverpool here are 2-0 up at Everton. The first 4 games of course, kicked off at 7:30 local time, but the Chelsea game was postponed for half an hour due to medical emergency in the stands. So they're half an hour behind. So we're going to wait and see what happens regarding that game. So I'm going to keep it as best I can. They haven't reached half time in that game yet. Actually, they should be momentarily reaching half-time in Watford versus Chelsea. They're currently showing the goals again. It looks like we are just a little delay in the action while Robinson is just being checked over. Henderson with a little limp as well. Not bad. Henderson also assisted for Salah's goal, of course. And no one from Graham in the chat as well. Thank you very much. Mo Salah, the further player to score all assists, in 7 consecutive Premier League away games. The records keep tumbling for Salah. They just keep tumbling over and over and over. Just getting a word of note here that PSG are 0-0 at half-time in Liga 1, which is a rare thing. Usually they're streets clear, of course, aren't they? Keeping an eye on things elsewhere. The ball back in the net, and Leicester have equalised. I think it's Maddison again. Maddison is on absolute fire at the moment, and it is 2-2 at St Mary's. That is huge for as far as you are concerned with Leicester. Of course, they needed to come out all guns blazing, and they have done. This is a good start for second half for them. As Liverpool defending and concede a goal kick, Richarlison trying to speed the ball up. Gone for the Phil Foden dyed skinhead, look like Slim Shady a little bit. You know, it works for some people. I personally think it works for Richarlison. So yeah, Maddison, it's a little scrappy, but gets it in at the near post, and to be fair, McCarthy should do better there. To be fair, McCarthy really should have done better being beaten at the near post like that. Going with more stats for us here. Up to Joe Mo. Mo had been directly involved in at least one goal in each of his last 12 Premier League appearances, 11 goals, 7 assists. Third player to achieve that feat after Stan Collymore and Jamie Vardy. The stats will continue to fall for him for sure. Trying to keep up with everything here. My throat's getting a little bit sore. One thing I noticed as well, by the way, since Jurgen Klopp had been in charge, that has been it's the 6th different Everton manager. 6 different Everton managers. Revolving door managers at Goodison Park, it feels like almost. So yeah, just under 10 minutes to go to half time here at Goodison Park. Premier League is looking fairly balanced all of a sudden. Chelsea being held by Watford. Man City knows in front of Aston Villa. Leicester back level with Southampton, having pegged the Mac twice now. West Ham still leading again at home to Brighton, and Liverpool, of course, in control. It feels like here at Goodison Park. Bringing up late as things go right now. And then out of nowhere, Everton just pulled one back. Demarai Gray just pulled one back. The commentator's curve saying he's under complete control, but he does he gets a nick of Alisson's legs, but does what he needs to do, get it through. Everton 1, Liverpool 2 now. Commentator's curve was saying that, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Graham, in the chat. It's all getting over 5 here. Richarlison literally sprinted 25 meters to 20, that sort of distance to have an argument. Alisson, Thiago has been booked for a foul, and Richarlison has sprinted the better part of half of a pitch to have a go at referee. He got the bookie. What more do you want, Richarlison? The most he's sprinted all game as well. It's getting nearly bubbly here. We've got 5 minutes to go to half time. I get a fit. This is a fixture which had more red cards than any other in the Premier League's history. Digne just went through on Henderson, and he's been yellow carded for it. Everton players surround a free. Jordan headbutts Matip's jaw. Ooh, it's late. It's a late tackle from Digne for sure. Yeah, there's a couple of those. This is it's starting to get a little feisty here now. We're getting rather a we're getting a few hot-tempered people on the pitch here. It is half time for Watford and Chelsea now, of course. We'll let you know when that kicks off again, guys. The referee is trying his best to keep control of the game here, but he's in danger of losing control, I'll be honest. Richarlison was running a Trent on from behind and looked like a freight train he came at him from behind. Thankfully, Trent moved the ball on before he got fouled. Liverpool seemed to bit of energy here. Henderson, Alexander-Arnold. Ball cleared out, well cleared out to halfway. Less than 5 minutes to half time, and things need to calm themselves down as far as both sides go here. No, neither side wants to lose men just as close to half time. Alexander Arnold chips the ball to Thiago, who finds Jota and Robertson. The ball played quite deep. Salah can't keep it in. It's out for a goal kick. Glancing over at the little ball again. And Burnley are in. And defended well by Wolves to push them out again. Liverpool trying to break out again. Pickford at one point was actually further forward than his last man, which I find a little bit enjoyable. Alexander Arnold, dispossessed, and Richarlison now back to Damari Gray. Keen forward and miscontrol by Townsend. It's out for Liverpool throw. Oof. And it's 2-0 to Man City. Bernardo Silva, Tanner's favourite Man City player, has just slammed it into the top corner. Beautifully taken goal. And it looks like Steven Gerrard, on home record, is going begging. There's another Everton player booked for simulation here. Andros Townsend is booked this time. Look at this again. Is this simulation? So look. It's my graphic this time. Yeah, and he's right. The booking for simulation that one. People can say I'm being biased here, but I'm really not. Graham saying, "No, what a volley! Absolutely, just like we have on Monday nights right here on Radio Tekkers. It was a fantastic volley from Bernardo Silva. Sergio Aguero himself would have been proud of that one. It's all getting rather. So needs to calm down a little bit right here. We've got Rafa Benitez actually shouting and screaming. I'm not entirely sure what more he wants. I mean, he's getting passion from his Everton players right now, but he's not. But it's only 2-1. We are moments away from finding out how much stoppage time we have before the second half kicks. Of course, things are just bubbling away nicely at the moment. The only game with no goals at the moment is Wolves versus Burnley. Burnley, of course, supported by our reporter Chris Harris, and of course by Mags. And to be fair, they play some very nice football. Hopefully they can, for their side of things, hope they can get a result. Looks like 3 minutes of time lost added on. Henderson, Mane, well saved by Pickford. Graham with some Statman Dave. Calvert-Lewin hasn't played a game since August until the Murray goal versus Liverpool just now. He was Everton's joint top scorer in the league. Finally surpassed. That says it all. It took this long. There have been a couple of players booked for simulation in this game, and I'd be asking questions about why they're doing that. Seriously, if it's a foul, it's a foul, but you're going down like you're being shot sometimes, and that's not what we want to see at all. As Adon brings the ball forward, Fabinho, Henderson, Jota wins the late corner. West Ham making changes over at the London Stadium, of course. So Chelsea right now the big losers. Chelsea half-time, and it's 1-1 there. They need to. They're going to be losing not just ground, but they're going to lose 2 spots because they're going to go from first down to third. As we this will be the last action of the half. You imagine Alexander-Arnold has taken half a minute over this corner, but in fairness, they weren't giving the ball back very quickly here at Goodison. Alexander-Arnold puts the ball in. Knocked out Fabinho. I think that was Henderson. It is Henderson. Offside given. It's half time and it's Aston Villa 0, Man City 2. And Liverpool about to have the same thing happen. About 30 seconds to go at Goodison. It's been a fiery first half at Goodison Park. Some passion being shown by Everton. As I say, the rule book goes out the window as to the form you're in. As Everton breaking forward, trying to get equal full half time. Decore is blocked by Thiago, and that's half time. What a 45 minutes. Jurgen Klopp running across the pitch to get to the tunnel to huddle his players straight away. Things need to be calmed down. Thiago's getting rather animated towards half and on. Great goals straight from Henderson and Salah, and a slightly scuffy goal, but a goal nonetheless for Richarlison. Damari Gray in amongst all the issues again, and it's Damari Gray, sorry. But at half time, it's Everton 1, Liverpool 2. And just because I need a few moments to catch my breath, I'm going to remind you guys, do not forget to check out on Fridays here on Radio Tekkers, The Waiting Room.
Cream soda.
Nice. You like cream soda?
Yeah.
You're a delinquent as far as I'm concerned.
I love cream soda, mate, but it's got to be the cheap £1 shit. The good stuff's too sweet.
That makes no sense in itself. Cream soda is rank. I don't know.
It's like
Not
vanilla
lemonade.
flavour, isn't it? That's all it is.
See, now I like vanilla, but I don't like cream soda. It's rank.
Well, then you're the f***ing delinquent, ain't you?
Bonkers, bizarre, and that's just sigh. Waiting room, as always, on your podcast advice from a Radio Tekkers network. It's phenomenal listen. Even if you've not listened to the search show before, go check it out. Go check it out on Back Catalog. It's worth your time. It's phenomenal. Just the banter between those two is just so wonderful. Benny's amazing as well. Does a lot of work for us behind the scenes here at Tekkers. Very good to have him a part of the project here for sure. But yeah, as you should go check it out on Friday when it comes on your podcast device. Half-time for Goodison Park as things stand. Of course, Everton 1, Liverpool 2. Around the ground, we go around the ground, as they say. Southampton is still 2-2 with Leicester. Watford 1, Chelsea 1, half-time still there. They're about to kick off the second half, of course. West Ham 1, Brighton 0. It's a hard-fought win for West Ham right now. Should possibly be 2 up, but they're not currently. Wolves 0, Burnley 0. Burnley pressing hard, but haven't managed to get the goal they need so desperately right now. Half-time, Villa 0, Man City 2. 2 amazing goals as far as the concern for Man City. The volley from Bernardo Silva is probably goal of the month already, and it's the first of the month. And Ruben Diaz's long-range goal, slight deflection on it, but a really good goal nonetheless. Dan Griffin into the chat says, and that Everton goal is why I said I wanted Konate in the team. I can't argue with that one, unfortunately. But it is what it is, unfortunately, that side of things. Apologies for that. So, but going around the grounds a bit more, we're going a bit further field here because I was keeping us abreast of what's happening over at AC Milan earlier. And to keep you guys up to date on that, it's 3-0 AC Milan now. Seem to be out of sight on that side of things for sure. We seem to be focusing a bit on the Wolves Burnley game on the highlights package I'm currently watching. And Wolves were rare for a forward. And it's well defended by Burnley, actually. Very well defended by Burnley. Apologies for needing to drink so much, guys, but throat starts to hurt after so long talking in a row. So, we're getting into the business end of things in terms of feeling games. And feeling games, obviously, are going to be a bit further back. I believe I have someone jumping in with me here. I have a co-host. Thank goodness for that. How are you, sir? His lordship has joined me. How are you, sir?
I'm doing really well. Just finished recording with Andy from Bang Bang, and I've got a little bit of time before recording with That Narratives Wrestling Podcast. So thought I'd come in and jump on and give you a helping hand. So I have no idea what's going on. I'm literally jumping in, but I can see that Liverpool are 2-1 up. So how's the game gone?
Up until the moment when I put the commentator curse on things, saying that Liverpool had this match in hand, and it was literally cruising. Bang! Richarlison broke through to put Demarai Gray, and it went through Alisson's legs.
Jesus! So what was who scored for Liverpool?
Henderson left-footed volley, and Salah broke the offside trap and slotted it past Pickford into the back of the net. Unfortunately, Mason Holtag is not playing today, Mags. I know you better ask that question.
Oh, what a shame! So yeah, I was literally scrambling on Sky Sports to see and BT to see where this match was shown, and it's actually on Amazon Prime, isn't it? So
it's on Amazon Prime. All games in midweek this week on Amazon Prime. The chat is lighting up for you, Mags. Things as you've appeared. We're not worthy, says Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop.
Well, I'm sure the chat can let me know how terrible.
Graham blown the time. Matt definitely needs to take a half-time piss. Perfect timing. Not entirely sure it's 100% accurate. I probably do need to refill my drink a little bit. My throat's getting a little dry talking on my own for the last hour, which is great. Dan in chat, I don't know what it is, but Liverpool only seem to ship themselves for about 15 minutes minimum each game. Hope it's done. Does it, and my 5-1 prediction comes good. No, sir, you said 5-0 at the start of the game, sir. You said 5-0. And exactly what Dan said. Henderson screamer, sublime colour from Salah. Absolutely was. Absolutely was. But the best goal so far, Mags, has been over at the Man City game with Bernardo Silva, Tanner's favourite player, hitting an amazing volley into the top corner. It was
so. I'm just seeing the replay of Salah's goal, and they're essentially saying that Pickford left his far post wide open. They were moving the playback, saying if he was an inch or so, a couple of inches to the other side, he makes a save.
Indeed, the fans started walking out the ground at that point, and now it's 2-1. I think someone will think, can I come back in now? Sort of thing. We have an argument, though, Mags. We need to weigh it on, unfortunately, in the chat. Graham is saying, now we can finally discuss Terry Chocolate Orange Mayo.
What?
Terry's Chocolate Orange Mayo, Mags.
Is that a thing?
Heinz Mayo have made 200 jars of mayonnaise flavoured Terry's Chocolate Orange.
Why would they do that?
I can't answer that one, Mags. I can't answer that one at all.
As
a chef, I find that offensive.
That's filthy. That's horrifically filthy.
Indeed. Indeed. Graham confirming, yes, it is a real thing. Dan Griffin, the answer everyone's got. Here's the discussion, Graham. No, thank you.
I did like Graham's, and I don't know why it took me till today to see him, but the pizza, the Christmas pizzas post, I would happily smash both of those Christmas pizzas.
To be fair, most stuff equipment today goes on a pizza, no problem.
Even the cranberry sauce, I think that'd work.
It can work. It can work if it's used in the right way. With the turkey, complements quite well, so you can mix that in with a little bit of sauce. It can be lost in the tomato sauce, so it's not too much of a problem here. Mm-hmm. Graham causing trouble now.
I mean, it'd be a bit thick. You may have to water it down.
Maybe so. Let's just admit the chance to take the lead after being behind twice against Southampton. Notifications have lit up again, apparently, Graham says. And Christmas dinner wrapped in a Yorkshire pudding. To be fair, that sort of works. Burnley are by far the better side in the game at Molyneux, though, Mags. I mean, keeping my eye on it.
Mm-hmm. We've not had the highest amount of possession or the shots, but we're certainly holding our own. This is a Wolves team who've done really well. I mean, they're still in the top six. So absolutely. to get a point out of Wolves, I'd happily take it, especially knowing that Norwich were pinned back against Newcastle. So yeah, a point away to Wolves is a great point.
Absolutely. And of course, the result that's currently happening at Vicarage Road, the game at Watford is actually half an hour behind due to a medical emergency in the stands.
Wow. That's happening entirely too often nowadays.
Yeah, and from what I could see, they were actually at the front as well. They had the camera to a quick glance and then pulled away again. Actually, two games. The Watford game was the fan was stabilised and took to the hospital. And the start of the second half was also delayed after support was taken ill for 15 minutes. It was medical staff on both counts took care of things. Very sad to hear both sides. There was two medical emergencies today. But good thing is that they seem to have been stabilised on both sides of things and they're going to be okay. Fingers crossed.
Yes. So as the results go now, something that we predicted over the weekend has happened. Chelsea have dropped from top to third.
Absolutely. As it stands right now, Man City are top, Liverpool are second, and Chelsea are third. West Ham rise to fourth. They say fourth, of course, but they gain ground on Chelsea. But people who
go clear of Arsenal.
go well, although they do play tomorrow, of course, against Man United, of course, which I could do that game, but I'm not available tomorrow for that one. The food chat has started massively in the chat. Before we get to that, though, I'm just going to say, Connor says, hello to you, Mag, of course.
Hello, sir.
He said to me earlier, of course. Perhaps Dan can give his opinions on cherry chocolate orange mayo in Italian, from what I hear. In
Italian, like bobbity boopity.
Apparently, Dan says, I can't.
There is a chocolate orange and the mayonnaise. There we go.
Oh,
nailed it.
God.
Nailed it.
Dan saying I had maple syrup mayo at Universal Studios. Tasted amazing. Looked quite a lot like jizz.
I'm not a massive fan of mayo.
I'm really not. And that certainly doesn't entice me to want some either. I'll be honest.
I tried maple syrup mayo though. That sounds like it'd be tasty.
Graham's is causing trouble all day today. From looks like time for half-time hot chocolate with cheese.
Oh, Graham, that was grim. When he fished it out with a spoon as well.
Yeah, Dan Griffin calling Graham a sick puppy for that. And then he's saying to you, Max, you sound like Captain Bertarelli from Hello.
I suppose it's better than saying good morning.
Good morning. I was pissing by the door. No, you weren't. You were passing by the door. They only did it so they could get away with swearing the whole time.
Yeah, and to mock the French.
With a mince pie to dip and Marmite to dip in. You don't have Marmite, Graham. No. You don't have Marmite.
How do you put people in timeout? Because I think Graham's pushing it.
You click the little three dots and then you click put in timeout.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. But
that's how you
that's
do
a
it,
warning.
It's a warning,
sir.
It's a warning shot indeed. It's a warning shot indeed. Of course, we're keeping our eyes on things on the other games. Of course, about quarter of an hour ago in the half seven games, apart from the Watford Chelsea game and the Southampton Leicester game, which are running half an hour and quarter hour behind respectively. Graham is just laughing about that. Do you think he won't put you in timeout? So he will. He will. It's a strange combination they've got in the studio for Amazon Prime Video. They got Gabby Logan hosting, which I have no problem with, of course. Oh, you actually have put him in time for 5 minutes. Excellent.
And I can't undo it.
No, you
I
can't
don't know how
do it.
to undo it.
You can't.
Brilliant.
You can't. You've got Gabby Logan in the studio, Steve McManaman, and you've got I think you got Joe Cole and Thierry Henry. Just a little bit of an odd panel to have in there.
So very kind of Liverpool centric. No Everton kind of a representation on that panel.
But from what I can tell, yes. But in fairness, there's only Joe Cole was there for a year and didn't do a lot. And Thierry Henry,
he never played forever.
He never scored at Goodison Park.
Is that the reason why he's there?
They actually brought it up in the pre-show, Mags.
Wow.
They actually brought it up in the pre-show. There had been a goal at West Ham Brighton, and it looked like Brighton have equalised.
Oof.
Oh, it's an overhead kick. Oh, it's a fantastic goal by Mopay.
So he can actually get shots on target.
But he just jumped into the crowd.
So booking for Mopay.
Neil Mopay. Potter looks happy with it. It's a really, really good goal.
Dan in the chat couldn't find any Everton legends worth bringing in. Their only one is Duncan Ferguson, and he's coaching. I mean, they could have asked for Phil Neville, I suppose. It's not like he's doing much at Man United.
They've got Annie McCoy doing commentary. They are looking at VAR for Mopay's goal. It looks like he is onside. Just his heel is playing him on.
So we've my stream has kicked off for the second half.
We're just underway. We're just underway for the second half. It is still Everton 1, Liverpool 2. If you are just joining us here on Radio Tekkers, welcome to live alternative commentary of Merseyside Derby. And you have myself and now his Lordship Mags, who is thankfully here to help me out. half an hour, half a game with me doing a social means enough for anyone. Let's face it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us here, Radio Tekkers, and ring the bell to let everybody know when we go live on YouTube and Twitch. And of course, don't forget to follow Mags at Pop Mags and myself, Matt at UK.
And also, this 5 minutes that I've blocked, Graham's, is the longest 5 minutes ever. This joke has worn thin. I apologise, Graham.
He'll be more happy. He'll just be sitting there twiddling his thumbs.
Everton starting really brightly then. A half chance then for I think it was Decore.
As the second half kicked off, I'm just going to quickly put the team at the bottom of the screen again to remind people of the lineups. Yes. Yeah. That was the 89th minute, by the way, for Brighton.
Wow.
89th minute. Aston Villa have a goal back, by the way.
Again,
Ollie Watkins have pulled one back. Oh, it's brilliantly taken on the half volley. And he's the first man. His first man is a really good goal. On the half volley. Steven Gerrard's love it. He's and Jack Grealish's on the bench, by the way.
And so in this Liverpool game, we've got Trent and Salah linking up. Just easy for Liverpool controlling this game. Balls played into the middle to Van Dijk, Thiago, Mane. Oh, well cut out by Everton. Still can't get it clear though.
It was getting a 5-seed at the end of the first half, Mags. The two players have been booked for Everton for simulation already.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. And Digne went right for back. Thiago had been in the thick of it all game long, and it's been. They are looking to get Thiago sent off as well.
I don't even think that even warranted a foul. I think he does well. Oh yeah, I suppose yeah. He was kind of like scratching for the ball then. So
full time, they're coming in, people. Full time. It is Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Burnley 0.
Great point for Burnley.
Big point for Burnley. And at London Stadium, West Ham denied at the near post for the goalkeeper. Sanchez puts it behind for a late corner. As Liverpool breaking.
It's
Mane!
A great ball by Arnold. A brilliant last minute block. I think if that block don't come through there, Mane's got a third Liverpool goal there.
West Ham have just a shot cleared off the line as well.
You were right about it being fast.
It's been like it's always at the end of the first half, Mags. Jota had people who kept trying to square up the Jota, and it was not on at all. It really was not on the way someone were going. West Ham trying to break out quickly. They've got 6. Is it 6? Was it? Yeah, 6 minutes added on there, halfway through that at London Stadium. West Ham definitely don't want to lose ground here, especially with Arsenal playing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But Chelsea's still being held. In fact, the only games which aren't level is the 8:15 kickoffs.
Yeah, and the two teams who are now currently sitting first and second in the league.
Indeed. The most Leicester have fought back twice to get in that position. West Ham are doing everything they can to try and get a goal over the London Stadium, of course. I think Graham might be able to post again now.
That's been a long ass 5 minutes again. Apologies, Graham.
And Liverpool breaking.
It was funny at the time.
Henderson out to Thiago. Henderson looking for a second. Nope. Lays it off to Alexander-Arnold. Henderson.
It's such good football by Liverpool, though.
And Brighton put it behind for another late corner.
Oh, Thiago tried to lift it through to Mane there, but A little bit too much on that then.
Pickford done a couple of times got mixed up. That's off the pitch.
That's very out.
But with the whole ball out, that's the thing.
Well, yeah, you could see the line going underneath the side of the ball.
High ground the ball. He'd been a really good signing. And put over the bar by Joel Matip, and it had to be done.
Oh, yeah. It's brave going in for headers like that. You had to make sure that was clear. Townsend looking to whip it in.
Van Dijk clears it.
But Everton punt it back into the box. A little bit of a struggle then.
Robinson just gets
but then lofted away by Robertson.
Right, it's over. It's still 2-2. It's all over at London Stadium now. West Ham won. Brighton Hove Albion won.
A good kind of clutch point for Brighton there.
Brighton who actually do
really well. Salah, speculative shot there, not that far away.
As we'll discuss earlier in the chat, how on earth did we not have it? Actually, it looked closer than it was. It was way wide.
It's not as close as the original angle looks.
Right, so the 2 games at 7:30 that kicked off at 7:30 have now finished that weren't delayed. The other 2 are still underway. I say Watford 1, Chelsea 1, Southampton 2, Leicester 2, Villa 1, Man City 2, Everton 1, Liverpool 2. This is Everton last 3 games unbeaten in the Merseyside derby, but Liverpool have got now 18 games in a row with 2 goals or more, Mags.
Yeah, this been so free scoring. It's been, as a neutral, it's been so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, and Liverpool have also this season alone have won 4 Premier League games by 4 or more goals. Wow. That's already more than when Liverpool won the league 2 years ago.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. That's twice as many as they managed the whole of last season as well.
Well, I mean, last season was definitely an off-form season for the front three.
Johnson's really exploded this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, I will always eat crow on the fact that I thought he wouldn't be a good fit for Liverpool.
I've got to admit, I was a bit unsure. I'm a bit unsure myself.
And it's for the fee they paid, it's been an absolute bargain.
They give it to Van Dijk.
A little bit of argument about
Van Dijk is standing. Van Dijk wanted one. When they say hit with Van Dijk, they stay hit. It may go to orbit this one.
Wow! And now the Everton players are.
Yeah, they didn't respect him, so now he's putting a spray out.
He's actually made him go back an extra yard or so.
Richarlison's trying to wipe the line out as well.
Which I thought was a bookable offence doing that. But
the referee has to see it, I suppose.
Oh, and after all that,
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, Thiago! Wow! Thiago just hammers it. At some point in the second half, in the first half, Magpie, we had balls being thrown on the pitch as well.
What footballs?
Yeah, we had balls that went out of play being thrown back onto the pitch.
Okay, I saw a video on Twitter about in the Newcastle and Norwich game when the teams were warming up, a ball went into the crowd and someone in the crowd essentially pocketed the ball, put it in a bag, and Tim Krul went into the crowd and essentially was trying to wrestle the ball back from a fan.
That's not good. It's really not good of having to do that themselves. I remember, I think it might have been Wimbledon back in the day, or maybe I can't remember. Or a team which had no fans attending the game for some reason. It was years and years ago now, Max. The ball went into the stand, and there was no ball boys there, so and it got in the stand, no fans there, so the goalkeeper had to go into the stands himself to collect the ball. This was at the championship level.
Wow. So that would
Jonathan!
And he's ballooned it. That's the Richarlison we all know. No, he just lunged at that. I think he even looks a little bit offside.
Leeds better keep at work though.
Mm-hmm. Well, they will go down. He's unfit, not ready for Premier League action.
What, Richarlison or Rondon? Are you talking about
Rondon.
Rondon actually had a really good first half. He was busy. He was tackling. He was defending well. He actually had a really good first half, Max. I might like to slate him. He had a really good first half.
I just think Benitez puts so much faith in Rondon, and he doesn't always kind of pay it back.
This is it. But Venice, now Richarlison is back. He hasn't got to play Rondon.
Mm-hmm.
But as Man City prove, you need to play a striker.
I mean, Man City can do that because they've got class all over the park. I think if Everton went strikerless, they would struggle. I mean, they're struggling anyway with a striker. So if they went strikerless, they'd be doing even worse.
No, the ball played in earlier, and Alexander-Arnold just chased back and was the first man back, well, last man back technically, and cleared really, really well. I was also very impressed, in a way, with Richarlison. And City missed a chance to go 3-1 up. They put the ball wide. It would have been easy to score. Richarlison has been fiery all game, Max. Mm-hmm. And when the whole Thiago thing was kicking off and everything, the ball was being played to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you saw Richarlison running like a train towards the back of Alexander-Arnold. And thankfully, as soon as Alexander played it, he stopped. But I generally thought he was going to go right through the back of him. Rondon's going off.
Yeah, it looks like he's picked up a little bit of a knock
for Anthony Gordon. Apparently, but by all accounts, though, the Everton fans applauding him for pitch. So clearly, they appreciate the work he's been doing today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, his fitness obviously has been an issue, but he does put in the effort when he's on the pitch. It's just he's not been able to provide the goals that Everton sorely need.
Mm. Alexander-Arnold finds Mane.
Great ball to Mane. Can Mane keep it on though? He can, but he's essentially doubled up.
Robertson to put into road triple Z.
Hooray! Whoever blocked good cop bad cop is a massive douchebag.
Don't look at me.
Apologies again, Graham.
It's always funny when you think about it, and then you do it, and then you're like, was that a good idea? By the way, I've got to point out though,
if it was 30 seconds, then that would have been peak comedy. But the 5 minutes killed it stone dead.
I'd like to point out, Mags, as well, that in the entire time we've had Radio Tekkers as a single entity since August, July, technically speaking, the only person to ever have been put in timeout is good cop, bad cop.
So, record breaker.
Twice.
History maker.
Twice. Yeah. I did it once and you've done it once. We need to do it now. We've got a whole collection.
So hopefully this weekend, if Tanner can make it, he'll be able to block him.
Indeed, we are covering West Ham versus Chelsea. That's a huge game. as things stand, of course, because Chelsea being held still by Watford. You've got to call that
Third
one.
versus fourth.
You've got to call it an upset. Graham saying I was driving, so couldn't comment.
So I might have to block you now then, so you feel the benefit of the block.
The benefit of the block. Is that a thing, Mags? It is a thing now.
Liverpool with the corner. Cleared by Everton, but it's bouncing around. Doesn't eventually go off the pitch.
And it's gone. It has gone off, Mags. Corner be given.
That didn't look like it went off at all.
10 corner. This is Liverpool's 10th corner of the game.
Wow. That's dominance.
Only Palace because he had more corners in a game this season.
Again, Everton are able to clear it up, but there's nobody forward.
There's nobody
for that clearing. So Liverpool regain possession, and look how confident they are playing from the back. It's just simple.
And they're not pressing at all. I was mentioning, Mags, obviously you weren't here obviously earlier, that Double R, who is taking over at Manchester United, of course, isn't doing the game tomorrow because he hasn't got his work permit yet.
And he hasn't spoken to Michael Carrick either.
Absolutely. That one confuses me.
And that
free kick given.
And a booking.
Let's have a look at this one. I was glancing at my stats, Mags. Is this a foul?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a yellow card. Yeah. And I'll be honest, Matip being there is what saves him.
Even if Gordon didn't get the touch on the ball, Robertson was so behind then. He was so late.
If it wasn't for Matip being there, Robertson would have been off there.
Yeah. This is a dangerous place. The thing with Richarlison is he's either inch perfect or he'll miss by a mile. So
another goal at Vicarage Road. It is 2-1 to Chelsea.
Oof.
Ziyech has just scored. And it's full time. Southampton 2, Leicester 2. Massive point for Southampton.
Mm-hmm. So we're looking at maybe, is it Townsend looking over this one? Oh, Freddie's clipped the wall, and it's gone for a corner. Yeah, it's Van Dijk clears it, but that looked like it was bang on target. Poor corner, beat your first man. It's a Chris Harris rule. Oh, and that's poor defending by Everton. Salah breaking now, and that's a third. What a great goal.
It's so cool.
All coming from an Everton corner, which didn't beat the first man. Defenders, two defenders making mistakes, and Salah just absolutely destroying the Everton defence there.
Forget the Ballon d'Or. He wants the Premier League.
Oh, Seamus Coleman as well, the captain. What an error! It's
such a poor thing. The touch, it's a touch as well. That's to me. I think someone's trying to flare onto the pitch.
So yeah, the corner doesn't beat the first man, headed away. I think it's Damari Gray lays it off to Seamus Coleman, who can't control it. And then he's just out sprinted by Salah. Tries to keep up with him all the way through. Yeah, so it's a bad touch by Damari Gray. He does leave Seamus Coleman with an awkward ball to control, but Pickford should have had that. And again, kind of like the other Salah goal, he's beaten on a post where he should have had that covered. Great finish though. Calm and collected finish. Roy Race.
What a sign for Manchester. Alison liked that one. To be fair, and unfortunate thing as far as Everton are concerned, they're still at 25 minutes yet.
Mm-hmm.
Salah's on a hat trick. And the other game still, and the other two title protagonists are still 2-1 as well. Things are still going. And
Pickford's well out there
and wins
Flawn
the free kick. Wins the free kick.
He went all the way through Mane then.
But he won the free kick. Mane fouled him as far as he was concerned.
So Mane was offside. But yeah, Pickford comes flying through. He does clear the ball, but he essentially body checks Mane, trying to do a Van Dijk too.
We don't want to use what injuries again. No one wants to use what injuries again, Mags, do they?
No, absolutely not. And Pickford really needs to calm that kind of that attitude down. I mean, he had no reason to be sprinting so far into the middle of the pitch.
Indeed. Mag, I wanted to ask you something. Now, it's my personal opinion that Richarlison looks like an idiot with that hair.
Okay, so I have to admit I've once dyed my hair silver.
Yeah, but you can carry it off, sir.
Because I'm old as fuck. Yeah, I get it. Cheers.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant because you actually are cool.
I mean, I think Richarlison could probably say he's cooler than me. He's on hundreds of thousands a week playing Premier League football, and also for Brazil. How? I don't know, but I'm being genuine. I don't think he's a top draw striker. I certainly don't think he's an international level striker.
He's a very angry player, isn't he?
He's just not consistent enough. He'll have flashes of brilliance, and then you won't hear anything good coming out of him.
Matthew wins the ball
for weeks. Playing a lot of kind of football, tennis now. The ball, no one's able to keep it on the ground. Oh, and he was offside there, Richarlison, and he's punched the ball.
Despite winning 3-1 today, probably having the more dominant of the three protagonists' performance at the moment, as things stand, of course, Liverpool are still third.
Yeah. Chelsea will retain their first place if they're able to keep this lead.
Very firm tackle away from Liverpool.
Jota to Salah to Trent. The play from Liverpool is so fluid, though. Indeed.
I mentioned the work start game. Tyler Morton again on the bench there, of course. Obviously, been getting some game time recently, and is a very exciting young talent. Him and Leighton Clarkson, the two players you need to keep your eye on for sure, because I think they're going to be big players for Liverpool going forward.
Oh, great play, Henderson crosses it in. And that was a brave clearance. Then
I've seen him go in the back of his own net, nearly full.
But that megged by Henderson to
Digne completely skinned him.
Oh, Ben Godfrey, kind of like Matip on the other side. He had to get that perfect, then that clearance, and luckily was able to. But it was a corner whipped in. Oh, Jota over.
Still 2-1 in the Watford game. Still 2-1 in the Villa game as well. Of course, the Chelsea game, of course, would normally be over, but they are running half an hour behind because of a medical emergency at the ground. That's also having a Southampton game. That game is now concluded, of course. If you are just joining us with Radio Tekkers, where have you been? You've missed the first 70 minutes of Everton versus Liverpool. Current score is Everton 1, Liverpool 3. We'll be running you alternative commentary here on Radio Tekkers. Myself, Matt Niss and Matt Willis, and of course, his lordship, Podfather Mags. You missed a lot of exciting stuff in the first half, including the worst Christmas cracker jokes ever. What's your
Wow.
worst? I mean, that's it's a good thing, of course, Max. To hear Christmas crackers this time of year, of course. Yes, that is a cheap plug.
I mean, I've just been essentially recording a Christmas cracker episode with Andy from Bang Bang Podcast, and then I'll also be hopefully being involved in your annual Christmas crackers.
Looking forward to hearing what you can produce, sir. I have to say the first three are already with Chad from VGM. The first one is dropping today, of course. Possibly one. There's so many like great moments to pick from this year. 2021 has not let me down podcasting wise to try and find good bits and pieces. However, the one that's coming out on Friday, a little bit of a spoiler for you here. I'm not going to say what it is, but it may be possibly the most emotionally charged cracker I've ever recorded.
Oh, good.
So it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Emotion in a good way. It's a proper feel good one for sure. Looking forward to hearing what you guys can come up with as well. I've asked a lot of people to contribute this year. So many new people I've been able to interact with because of the Good Cop, Bad Cop open forum, it seems like this year. Also interacting through Tekkers. You get so many new people involved. As I said earlier, aside for you are listening, of course, still, then obviously best wishes to you and your family, of course. Hope that middle child beats Rona.
Yes. And he's not having the best of times, isn't Sar? He's got a leak, I think, in his bathroom, so he's had water caving through his living room roof as well. So
it doesn't rain; it pours, literally, doesn't it?
Exactly. They say bad luck comes in threes. So
may not have paid tomorrow, no.
So you was asking about Christmas jokes.
Yes. What you got for us, Mags?
I've got a few under my hat. So let's go.
I didn't even notice you actually are wearing a hat today, Mags.
How did you not notice it?
Well, normally I'm just used to seeing your lovely flowing locks nowadays, Mags. Townsend's
I like to change it up. So what happens if you eat Christmas decorations?
I will bite. What happens if you eat Christmas decorations?
You get tinselatus.
Every time I hear it still makes me chuckle.
So what do Santa's elves learn in school?
Huh. Go on.
The alphabet. So on that note,
that's terrible, but yeah.
What's the difference between the Christmas alphabet and the ordinary alphabet?
Again, I'll buy it.
The Christmas alphabet has no L.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
So, what do snowmen eat for breakfast?
Fabinho, one second. Fabinho needs to be careful here. He's on a booking. I think they're about to hook him and throw Milner on. Snowmen have a breakfast, you say, Max?
Yes.
Icicles?
Close. Arse Krispies. And then last one for now. I mean, I could pull some more out later if you'd like, but where does Santa stop off for his daily coffee?
Right, go on.
Starbucks.
Reindeer, yeah. Thiago's being hooked. To be fair, he was getting rather hot-tempered, so probably a good move. Yeah, he's had a okay game. He's been kept fairly quiet in this game, though.
I mean, he had a really good shot a few minutes ago.
But they kept him quiet at times, but he's been getting stuck in with tackling today. So
yeah, so keep him out of the ref's book. Keep him.
Oh, he's already booked.
Fit. Oh, he's been booked. Brilliant.
He's booked first half, yeah.
But keep him relatively fit because you've still got a big run of games.
Graham, who is the expert, of course, of the Google jokes, of course, saying that last one, 0 out of 10. Report.
Okay, then. So, what did Santa say when he stepped into a puddle?
Go on.
It must have rained here.
I like that one. I'm going to use that one on my niece and nephew. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It is 15 minutes ago here at Goodison Park, and also at Aston Villa versus Man City. Henderson's been all over the pitch, according to the touch map.
That touch map. A lot of it on the attack down the flank, which is pretty interesting to when you consider his kind of like holding midfield position. He's been.
Poland's Matty Cash taking a long throw. He just dried the ball. Jesus Christ.
Richarlison on the edge of the box, bullied off the ball by Van Dijk.
Milner and Robertson.
Liverpool are struggling a little bit here to contain Everton.
Milner wanted to shore things up. And Villa to send on. I just took off Marvelous and
there's a fan being looks like he's been pulled by the police for I don't know why.
Richardson just thrown something off the pitch as well.
I think there were bottles.
We don't want to see that. We want to see that, of course.
Yeah. So essentially, Van Dijk was trying to get the referee's attention. It looks like they're bottles being thrown at Becker.
Well, Richardson doing a good job there by
Alisson there telling the fans, look, you need to calm down. And
actually, apparently when Alisson kicked his drinks bottle, he was holding it, he kicked off the pitch, and then I think he's actually saying there, like, sorry, because I think it hit somebody.
No, he only nudged his own bottle off the pitch. That bottle was thrown at him.
Yeah, I think they threw it in response to what he did. That bottle was his bottle by all accounts. I'm listening to Alan McCoy on the commentary, of course.
Okay, so the replay that I've just seen was him essentially just like tapping the bottle behind the goal line. But Richarlison did take off at least two more of a bottle, so whether that started like a couple of fans throwing stuff at him, but one fan was dragged off. Oh, what a great turn and goal by!
Oh, what a goal! What have we just seen there, Mags?
Yeah, Michael Keane being left in no man's land there, absolutely skinned by
the ball was amazing as
Jota.
well.
And the Everton fans are leaving in droves now. I think this may be the last match you see Benitez in charge.
That is the 5th Premier League game this season where Liverpool have scored 4 or more goals.
Well, in the matches that we've covered of Liverpool, we expect them now to score so many goals. So we've got Robertson plays the ball to Jota. Jota absolutely just rinses Michael Keane with that first touch, takes him out of the game, leaves him plenty of room. And again, Pickford is not able to cover his posts. But that touch to kind of almost nutmeg himself was great by it was not even Michael Keane, it was Alan who was skinned. But yeah, Pickford beating at his front post for it's poor goalkeeping.
I wonder. Oh, Klopp loving that one, absolutely adoring that one. The yellow card is being
Van Dijk's taking out Anthony Gordon. He's been he's caught a couple of Liverpool players unawares, and he's
an exciting youngster, isn't he?
Mm-hmm, yeah. And
Van Dijk on a booking, that's worth keeping your eye on. I'm just going to take that off there for the moment because it is getting a little bit close to the end of things. Of course, I'm just going to throw one up on instead for now time being. running things is I used to be scared about running a stream, Max. I'm mildly comfortable with it nowadays. Mildly comfortable with it now.
I'm sure you've done a great job.
I've done my best.
I'll-
Barring a miracle in this game, Liverpool have got the 3 points here.
Yeah. What a great finish again! You look
So
at that. You look at it's not even the finish that's the outstanding part about it though. It's the touch to take Alan out of the game, and
Indeed.
yeah, it's such a great touch by Jota, and such a good ball by Robertson in the first place.
Indeed. I know you haven't seen the whole game, Mags, and I wouldn't ask you to name your man of the match when it comes to it because it wouldn't be fair of me to do so. I don't know who I would name as my man of the match, as Oxlade-Chamberlain is set to come on here. It's an interesting one though for sure. Paris Saint-Germain, by the way, have failed to win in Liga 1, by the way, Mags, tonight.
Wow! And does that include Ballon d'Or winning Lionel Messi?
Possibly.
Jota
again.
appealing for an handball. But Liverpool
had a mixed game.
The ball.
Salah in. Mane.
Everton with like 8 players in the box.
Robertson. Henderson. Milner.
Mane. Oh.
It's just beautiful to watch, isn't it, Mags?
But even when they make a mistake, Liverpool are the first to the ball. And the referee point blank refusing to. It's a handball. It's a handball.
It is a handball, but referee not interested.
It's almost like he punches the ball out of the way.
For 6 minutes added on at the at Vicarage Road, and they are Watford camp the Chelsea box.
Wow.
Graham was saying earlier on, of course, that Chelsea are looking shaky, and it definitely seems to be the same right now. Jackson liked the rained here joke.
I appreciate it.
Henderson's coming off for Oxlade-Chamberlain. Captain's armband handed it to James Milner.
Yep. So for the final 7 or 8 minutes.
They're very much a hierarchical game for Liverpool. When a more senior leader in the hierarchy comes on, they are given the armband immediately, and I like that. That there's a clear structure in place.
Yeah.
Graham, with some stats for you, man. You like a stat, of course. Over under 0.5 games Pickford starts for England.
Oh, so I think that's a betting odd in American. I'd say that he shouldn't start on form. He shouldn't start. No. It should be probably Ramsdale, I'd say.
Oh, it's not a stat. I apologise, Graham. I've just been told it's not a stat.
It's like a wager. So for me, I'd pick Ramsdale over Pickford any day of the week. I'd pick Pope over Pickford any day of the week.
I'd pick Dean Henderson, who's not getting any game time, over Pickford.
Yep.
For
me, it's under. He'd get under 0.5 games. I wouldn't even pick him in the
coming off here.
The 23. And who's been brought on? Torsen, is it?
Looks like it, yeah. Watford are still camped in that box. We're seeing if Watford get an equaliser here. And they've still got 2 minutes to play at Vicarage Road. It's 2-1 still, and Villa were breaking themselves here.
If Villa could pick up a point, that'd be great for Liverpool.
It'd be great for them, to be fair. Not just it'd be great for them.
Jota keeps the ball on, but he's unable to keep control and slips. But again, Liverpool just bully Everton off the ball and end up winning the ball back and the throw-in.
Yes, phenomenal work. Phenomenal work down that left-hand side. The Corey can't keep out of it. I certainly would I would certainly be very, very worried if I was an Everton fan now. But so from the last, including this game, last 9 games, I've taken 2 points, Max.
Yeah, two from 27. Losing to at home to the biggest rivals in the league 4-1, especially with the fact that a lot of the fans didn't want Rafa there in the first place. I would say that he's hanging on by his fingernails after this.
Henderson seems to be giving shirts. Mane has been given a Man of the Match award, but they're showing Mo Salah on the TV screen. That's an interesting choice of graphic with it.
I mean, from the half that I've watched, I think I would have given it Jota. I think
Jota's a good game.
I think he's been bright, or even Robertson. I thought that he's been involved in a hell of a lot of the good work. Oh, they've actually changed it, so it is Salah that's got Man of the Match. They've already stripped Sadio Mane of the Man of the Match.
He has scored a couple of goals, so he does deserve it, I think, in my opinion. Jack Grealish is coming on and will get all of 3.5 minutes against his former club.
Wow.
That's Newcastle-esque form.
100 million. Newcastle-esque form. Ironic that Benitez was in charge of Newcastle the last time they were actually any good to watch.
I'm not sure if he was being cheered or booed as he came on, I'll be brutally honest. Jack Grealish.
Oh, that was a great little dummy by Jota.
I will say the keeper's up for Watford.
Oh, Salah just too slow to that ball then. Would have been on for his hat-trick then. But even Richarlison is having to fight and scramble for the ball in his own half.
It's all over at Vicarage Road. I'll tell you what, they were
Jota's coming off. Jota's coming off for it looks like Minamino.
Yeah, that's a good move. Good move. Don't want to risk Jota getting injured. That goal may be the best goal he's ever scored in a Liverpool shirt, and he scored some beautiful goals. It's a Watford 1, Chelsea 2. Chelsea remain top of the table. I must say, by the skin of their teeth, because Watford had them penned right back. Villa versus Man City still going on. 3 minutes to play, plus stoppage time there. It is 2 minutes to play, stoppage time here at Goodison Park. The hug from Jurgen Klopp is amazing to see, as always.
Dan Griffin in the chat. Minamino coming on to get Liverpool's 5th. Yeah, with his first touch of the ball, hopefully again.
He did it again. That was his first league goal at Anfield. That was Mag the other day when he did that against Arsenal, of course. So some people are saying that would Liverpool be able to respond to the 3-2 loss to West Ham? They responded there well. They did so against Arsenal, and they've done the same again today. It was very weird not covering a game last weekend, but it was fine. I think
it was refreshing.
A week off, wasn't it?
It was refreshing,
especially because the games are coming thick and fast this time of year, Max.
Yes, sir.
Thick and fast. As things stand, unless Man City mess things up now, then the top 3 is as you were. But they just increase.
Oh, that's a clear handball. That time it's got to be handball.
That one's been given, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Seamus Coleman thinks he's playing American football here.
The Chelsea win. Did I forget the victory against the Saints? No, of course not, Matt. Well, it's sort of way I sort of did, but I sort of didn't at the same time. We talked about it on the volley, of course. It's so easy to forget about Liverpool's beating. To be fair, it was a joke made at the time. Burnley, of course, did gain ground today on Watford, of course.
Yeah, we've climbed a place.
You've gone above Norwich, and you're just 3 points behind Watford now. It's a win. We're behind Watford. You're on a nice little run of form now.
Yeah, it just gets frustrating when you can't convert those draws into wins.
Win your home games, draw your away games, you'll be fine.
Yeah, well, I mean that's easier said than done when you're facing the plethora of talent that is the Premier League.
This is true. I was discussing with Chris, my fiance, the other day about the run of games. Liverpool, everything. Yeah, Goodison Park is almost completely void of Everton fans. They're leaving or are leaving en masse now. That's European form. Mistake. What was I saying? I was trying for. Oh yes. If Liverpool win all of their games left in the season, Liverpool will be champions.
Yep.
Because they've got to play Chelsea, they've got to play Man City. And I said, look, that's if Chris actually said, and I love him dearly for this, he said, if Liverpool win all their games, can Man City win the title? No. Because they've got to play Man City.
Yeah.
Evening to Alex Heffernan in the chat, by the way.
Hello, sir.
From Game Junkies and Dungeons and Junkies, of course. New episode came out yesterday, of course.
Mm-hmm. And it was a cracker.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Kraken as well. it was. I very much enjoyed doing that one. And I laugh out loud from Graham. To be fair, Chris tries the best, but football is not his strong point.
At least he puts in the effort.
He does, and to be fair, he actually knows more than I give him credit for. I'll be honest, mainly because his best man for winning, Russell, is a major Man United fan. In fact, he lives in the shadow of Old Trafford.
And we're seeing a very forlorn Rafa Benitez there. He looks like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. I
was saying this earlier, Max, maybe been before you came on. Rafa Benitez is the 6th different Everton manager Klopp has faced.
Wow. Jesus wept.
Yeah, which says it all. Is Mark Lawson in disguise that win the rest of the games?
No, that was Chris that said it. He was just repeating.
I said that. I said that to him. If Liverpool win all their matches, then we are guaranteed to be champion. It is a fact. It's not. It's not straightforward that those wins are going to happen, but the logic is sound.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They're still playing at Villa. They are a minute or so from full time. We are literally second away from full time here at Goodison Park. I think Everton just now want the game to be over.
Yeah.
Matip there just put a leg out and just stop the ball. And the game carries on. It's long range to try and get in, and Pickford try to roll it out. It's put over there. As Man City try and break in again, play goes down, no foul given.
And this Liverpool game is now over. It's ended 4-1 to the away side. Liverpool
is deafening, by the way, Mags.
Liverpool top dogs in Liverpool top dogs in Liverpool now.
Indeed, the booing was unbelievable. At the same time, and all you see with Rafa putting his glasses back in his glasses case.
He looks like a manager who hasn't got a clue how he inspires this team to pick up points.
Unfortunately, you're absolutely right. Graham says Matt Betts currently have him below Newcastle on points. Okay, are you after another timeout, Graham? As Villa breaking here. And that's it, full time. Aston Villa 1, Man City 2. So yeah, it's as you were. That's update. But Liverpool with a signal of intent.
And another massively dominant performance.
This was a crushing performance. Bearing in mind what's coming up over the next few games. I try to remember who it is who has got Man United, Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool in the next run of games. I think it might be Everton. I think it was Everton.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a very, very tough.
Until I think Boxing Day, I think they play Burnley. Or it's over Christmas that they play Burnley. Every single match is a must win for them.
You've got Trent's taken off his match shirt, and underneath it says "Rest in peace, Ava White." That was obviously a young Everton fan, a 12-year-old who passed away this year, and they had a celebration at 12th minute for her. Yeah, a classy move from Trent Alexander-Arnold as Klopp punches, fist pumps the crowd, and they return with adoration.
We're getting the Everton players looking over at that bouncing Liverpool stand. It must be so devastating. Yeah.
Oof. Squeaky bum time, Goodison with those fixtures. Indeed.
Yeah.
But indeed, Max, let's have a quick glance at the table. What is the how Everton looking right now? Not good. It's my guess.
Everton are currently 14th. 15 points out of their 14 games, but no wins at all in the last 5. And as you point out, 2 points picked up in the last 27 available.
They picked 13 points up in their first 6 matches, and they've picked up 2 since then. That is relegation. That is down form. That is down form. In fact, Newcastle have picked up more points than
Everton. And then you look at Liverpool in 3rd, but have scored 43 goals already this season.
That's more goals than Arsenal scored in the entirety of the 92-93 season.
Well, we spoke at the weekend on the volley how they've got an average of 3 goals per game. They've now 3.0001 or something like that, because that 4 goals takes them over that three goals per game. So
if it's kind of the goal difference,
they're absolutely flying.
Right, it's kind of the goal difference. Liverpool are sitting pretty right now.
They've scored a full 10 more goals than the nearest competitor in Chelsea. 10 more goals already.
The only reason that the goal difference is only a +4 difference in Liverpool's favour is because Liverpool conceded more goals.
Yeah, Chelsea have conceded 6 and Liverpool conceded 12. But that's 3 wins now on the bounce in the league for Liverpool.
And boy, did they need it after they needed to respond, and 3 devastating. That's 12 goals with only 1 in reply in 3 games. That's you talk about that sort of result, and you're saying they're top of the league. They're 3rd. Yeah. Graham has done the maths for you, Max.
There we go. Thank you very much, Graham. I was just going to say, 23.3% or whatever, 23.23%.
Yeah, Graham. I know it's not pi, Graham, so don't worry, right? But yeah, then I'm happy to agree that Mo Salah was the man of the match. I'm more than happy to agree with that. He had a great game, got 2 goals, was lively throughout, continuously hassled and harried that defence. Popped on there, popped on the right, was in the middle at times. He was unplayable today. The defence held solid, apart from one chance where Maguire got through. Another day, he saves that, no problem, Madison. It happens. These things happen. Jota was lively. Mane was good as always. No, you can call on the Ox in the middle from the bench as well, and they're scoring goals, or certainly being dangerous. Promising times ahead. So yeah, looking forward to this following Saturday, Max. Of course, the game playing thick and fast. West Ham Chelsea, massive game. West Ham need to cement their place, and Chelsea need to keep winning because they've got some big hitters over their shoulder.
That's a match that Liverpool and City will be crying out for a draw.
Yeah, because they don't want West Ham winning games and getting in the mix themselves. They don't want that. West Ham can get results. They grind them out. I mean, this was a major setback from today, but they can get results for sure in the future. So, that's pretty much it, really, from us. I think, Max, isn't it? Pretty much, you've got to go and get on with your next of many podcasts today.
I mean, the life of a podcaster.
This is it.
Just not enough hours in the day. So, yep, I'm going to head off, but you can follow me down here at Podfather Mags. I'm heavily involved in everything to do with Radio Tekkers, and also with a change in attitude, 5 rounds, chain wrestling. Yeah, you can find me all over the airwaves.
Indeed. You can find me at Matt.UK. You're following me here on Tekkers on the watch alongs usually. You follow me on the volley on Monday, follow that at the Volley Live. So we're going to follow the channel at Radio Tekkers and follow Tanner at @TechGentleman_. And of course, do remember to keep your eye fixed on the Visual Global Media feed, because of the Christmas crackers we're dropping every day from now until Christmas Day. Thank you to everybody who's getting involved with that. Thank you to everybody for listening to that in advance. On behalf of myself and Mags, Derby Day done.